it right. So why wouldn't you want to make that right? I don't get why you would say those things about radiation. I can kind of see it when you see it before you made the statement. You upplayed Starlink. We can see that in the video. Anyone can on Joe Rogan show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a big Ultraman out there.
I mean, some people are like really worried about like cell phone towers, thinking they cause like radiation or something poisoning. This is not true.
Yeah, people are worried about 5G, right?
Don't worry about it.
No, not at all.
I mean, no. Like, look at it this way. Like, if I had cell phones, if I had a helmet of cell phones
Right?
strapped around my head and around my nuts, I would not
You're
worry.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met a dude.
Deciding what the standards ought to be. So as a consequence of that ruling, we're now in a situation where we have been, as Senator Blumenthal noted years ago, flying blind. This should apply now to all of this technology that is.
So you're not a stranger to that lady up there. She was at your Tesla shareholders meeting. So they lost. They didn't look at the vulnerability of children or pregnant women. Over 10,000 pages of evidence, and you're going to say those lies. And then talk about declining birth rates. I don't know how to take you. Do I take you like Deborah Davis? Because she didn't know about the health effects of cell phones and cell phone towers. Now she's a think tank. You think someone with the title of someone with high intelligence would say, hey, I'm going to go over here on environmental health trusts and grab the 252 scientists from 43 nations. And I'm going to go back on Joe Rogan show and make it right. Look, there's a whole list of them. Whole list of them. Elon's mom. Get Elon to take a couple of these and go on Joe Rogan show and tell the kids about the truth about microwave radiation. Otherwise, they think it's fun and really good and you should buy more of it. No. Have the experts on. Instead of Elon talking about radiation, have Rob Brown, the radiologist, speak about it. Now, I know nothing's going to happen at all. Even with your title of humanity's savior, you ain't going to do shit about this because you will lose money and your investors would freak. Now, how does it look for anything else that Elon says? I mean, if you're willing to lie about microwave radiation as it's sitting lost in court, FCC, arbitrary and capricious, and you're going to lie on Joe Rogan show about it. After praising all your stuff, and then during the Tesla shareholder meeting, having a proxy set forth to stop Deborah Davis from speaking. You want to destroy this place to go to a dead dying planet. I don't understand that. With 200 times more microwave radiation on the moon, a little bit less on Mars, but yeah, to live in a box that has to run 24/7 indefinitely, otherwise we die. And you want to go on the moon to make a data center to shoot more microwaves on us that are 40 some years old, lost in court, arbitrary and capricious. It was tested on rats and monkeys to the point where they couldn't push a food lever even though that they were starving. They cut that number by 50% for the general public and cut it by 10 for workers. Only looked at the thermal effects for 6 minutes worth of warming. They didn't want to look at anything else. That tells you something right there. And all the fraud that's involved in all that safety guidelines, you use that. You use the frauded system of the outdated safety guidelines. You call out fraud, call this one out. There's a whole slew of telecom industry influences. There's a book called Captured Agency. When you have the telecom industry telling the scientists how to do the experiments and how to write the abstracts, you're involved in fraud. And I think what you said on Joe Rogan's show is wrong. But really, if you're the humanity's savior and you're going to lie about microwave radiation and you're going to make shit that puts more microwave radiation on us, not really adding up to the savior, are you? And you could easily squash this by you going on Joe Rogan's show with Environmental Health Trust. But that shit ain't going to happen, is it? Offer me power, offer me money, I don't want it. Would you like a glass of water, sir? Because you want that money. Because if you really were the savior, you'd go on Joe Rogan's show with all of the Environmental Health Trusts for fucking 2 weeks long and fucking drill it in everybody's head on how bad that shit is. But you ain't gonna do that, are you? Your self-driving vehicles need 5G. And you uppraising 5G in that particular episode is wicked. You're creating a weapon, and I fucking know it. Yeah, when you go on to 6G, you're really in line with active denial system silent guardian made by Rayon. I'm going to be buying a meter. The only thing about buying that meter is it only goes 40 hertz. So yeah, if you don't know you're building a weapon, go ahead and ask Grok once, because the frequencies are pretty fucking close. Actually, they're over it though. But yeah, having that every 165 feet and the cumulative effects, hearing the court hearing, which anyone can do, that lady was lying and you can feel it. So, humanity's savior is going to lie to you about microwave radiation, going to throw more of it on you, not going to tell you what the EMF levels of his electric vehicles are, even though it penetrates deeper into a child's skull, still not going to tell you, and going to tell you more things. But if I'm willing to lie to you about microwave radiation, where anyone can type in Environmental Health Trust versus the FCC, oh shit, they lost. It needs to be updated. Holy crap. And anybody can type in, where did our thermal guidelines come from? And you could see that. But everybody wants to be pals with the rich guy. So much so they'll even put their own child in danger. Don't think it's in danger? Show me the level with a safe and sound pro meter, and then we'll match it up with Bioinitiative report, and we'll see how safe it is. Or better yet, we'll just use the 1.6 that's outlined in your phone, and we'll exceed that, no problem. Because they use it on a Sam's model head that's way bigger than a small child's head. So when it says it's within compliance of the 1.6, it's still a lie. And more on that with electrolytes. You throw a bunch of high energy drinks and surround it by microwaves, it's going to be a lot higher. But, you know, money.